Hey guys, I'm back with another Rainbow Loom tutorial. I was going to start a series where I taught you guys how to make different YouTuber charms, and we started that off with the YouTube play button, but today we're going to get into the actual creators and making them into little charm figurines. Today you're actually going to be getting two charms in the same video because I've gotten set up to do both of these, and they're kind of a two-in-one type deal, because if you watch one of them, then it's likely that you watch the other one. So the two people that we are going to be learning how to make today are Dan Howell and Phil Lester. We're going to start with Phil. So let's get started. You're going to have your loom in the skewed type set, not the kind where they're all lined up, but you want to have this little diagonal between the pegs. And we're going to start with his head. So you're going to take two black bands, go from the center peg to the right, go from the center peg to the left, go from the right peg down one, and go from the left peg down one. And that's his hair. Next, you're going to start going in with the skin tones. Center peg down one, second left peg down one, second right peg down one. We're using double bands the entire time unless I say otherwise, by the way. Second center peg down one, third center peg down one, and then you're going to go diagonally in to finish off the chin. That rhymed. Third left peg into the center, and then third right peg to the fourth center. So there's his head. And we're going to do eyes a little bit later for the neck. So double bands once again. And if they go over each other, it's not the end of the world, but I try to make sure that they're just one on top of the other. We're making the shirt he wore to Tatanoff, so we're using these sparkly blue ones to kind of give that illusion of the little white dots that he has on that shirt, because when we get to Dan, we are going to be doing his Eclipse shirt. So I just decided to do the classic shirts. You can do other variations and figure out how to make other types of shirts that they wear, because Phil wears a lot of obscure shirts that are hard to make on the Rainbow Loom. If you guys figure out a way to make Phil's shirt, like different shirts that Phil wears, please comment below and let me know, because I think that'd be really cool if you guys want to add to this collection, because a lot of what makes a YouTuber is the kind of things that they wear. So like if I decided to do a tutorial on Jacksepticeye and one of you were able to make Septiceye Sam, which I might try to figure out how to make, but if one of you figures out how to make it, that'd be so cool. If one of you guys finds an accessory or something that you can make and put with this, I'd love to see it. We're just doing the same thing that we did up here towards the top. We're going from the center to the left, then center to the right, and then we're gonna work our way down 3 pegs. So 1, 2, 3. Go to the center, 1. Actually, we're gonna do 4 down the center, 2, 3, 4. And then on the left, 1, 2, 3. So now you're going to take your light blue bands, because now we're getting into the pants, and you're doing right and left only, no center. And you're going to go down 4 pegs. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So far, you should have the head, the shirt, the pants, and next are his shoes, and we're just going to use classic white, give him the white sneakers. So you're going to take this band, double it, put it on the last 2 pegs at both the left and right ends. Take the other band, double it on these pegs. And this also helps with tying it off. If you feel like the bands at the ends are too tense, you can just like release them and let them go around here, but I like to keep them stretched out a little bit. What I might do for this one actually is release them so that they're just a little like that. So if your bands are a little too stretchy, you might want to triple them instead of doubling them, because sometimes the shoes can get a little loose and look weird. So next we're going to do the eyes and the arms. Now the eyes can be a little bit tricky. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 blue jelly bands and you're going to put one on the hook, and you're going to wrap it around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to take your other blue jelly band, wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to take your skin tone band and you're going to slowly slip these bands onto the skin tone band. Try not to get frustrated. I know it's sometimes difficult to do, and then you gotta slide them into the right place once you place them onto the pegs, but this is the hardest part of the tutorial, so it won't be too bad. Okay. And my suggestion is keep one end on the hook so that you can easily get them onto your loom. And just slide them into the right place. So your goal is to try and get the eyes to be on either side of this center band. Right there. But there we go, now we have his eyes. And the last thing that you're going to make are his arms. When you do sleeves and arms, you're working up backwards, so you take a skin tone band, make an infinity sign. Now we're doing double bands. So take 2 bands, go over, take 2 more bands, pull the 2 bottom bands over on each side, 2 more bands, yeah, this is the last one, so you're doing 3 of the doubles. And then now we gotta figure out where, there it is. Okay, so you can see how I'm sort of starting to form a little arm. Now we're going to take, going back to your blue glittery ones, double bands over. Yeah, 2 more. So 3 of the double skin tone and 3 of the double blue sparkly. So we're gonna place that arm at the top of the shoulder. There's the little arm. You could sort of see it starting to come together. And I'm going to let you guys pause the video and go ahead and make the second arm, and then I will be back once you guys have done that. So for tying the fill charm off, we're going to put triangles up the charm in order to hold all the bands together. You're just going to take the band that matches the main color of the area that you're putting the reinforcement bands on and make triangles. So in this case I'm using the sparkly blue because this is the shirt part, and we've got 4 of these that we're going to make, and that should use up the last of your sparkly blue bands, as I said at the beginning of the video. And now you're going to need 2 of the skin tone to make, and this should finish up your skin tone bands. So that's it for the triangles. And now we're going to go in and start tying it off. So first things first, you're going to go in past these 2 white bands and pull up the 2 blue ones. Put it around the peg in front of it. Same on this side. Okay, I got that fixed. So you're just gonna work your way up with the pants. Pull up, make sure you're pulling up both bottom bands and putting them on the peg in front of them. Perfect. There we go. Now we're going to go take this band in the center, pull it up over that triangle thing right there, and put it around the peg in front of it. Now we're going to go in, make sure you don't pull up the reinforcement band. Pull up the 2 bottom bands, go to the peg in front of it. Other side, same thing. And keep working your way up. Go slow, make sure you're pulling up the right bands. Make sure that the bands aren't too tense, because the tension can make them break, and then that's just a pain to have to deal with, because then you gotta go in and fix it. Especially if one of your bands breaks. Okay, this is the difficult part. What I like to do is pull the arm out so that I can see what bands are part of the arm, and work my way in and pick up those 2 bands on the very bottom, and be very careful when I pull it out, because these are the ones that are very likely to break. I've had this happen so many times when I'm doing this. Okay. There we go. So now we've got the entire shirt. Now the next one, this is one of the most tense bands out of the entire thing. You're gonna need to be very careful when going into this, because you need to make sure you're getting the right ones. Okay, so I've only got 1 right now. You gotta be very careful about that. And the way you can loosen tension is by going around like this. Okay, see, that's really tense right there. So you're gonna have to go around like that with your hook, and now they're a little less tense. So let's double check, make sure that I haven't missed a stitch. No, doesn't look like I have. Okay, so now that we're done, you go in with the band like we did with the YouTube play button. Take your single tie-off band, put it on your hook, pull your hook up and through those other bands, put the other end of the band on the hook, and slowly pull up on your creation, and soon you should have, I'll be gentle with the neck part, that's really a likely place for it to come loose. There we go. Now, fair warning, the legs might curl up on you at first, but that's okay, because what you can do is you can stretch them out after. It's not the end of the world. And now you're going to take one of the bands, one end of the band here, and pull the other end through it and pull it tight. Perfect. So look, there he is. Next, we are going to make Dan. So for Dan, we're doing roughly the same thing starting off, except with brown because his hair is brown. So going from the center to the left, then going from the center to the right. And going that. And then we have two left for the eyes. So just to catch you guys up, we've got the same start that we did with Phil's hair, except this is brown. And now we're going into the double band skin tone. It's all double bands like the last one. If you need more of the tutorial for how we did the head the first time, you can rewind. But I'm pretty sure at this point, if you've watched the first charm tutorial, then you will already know what to do for this part of the video. Okay, so now we're done with the head. Next, we're doing his shirt. This is the famous Dan Howell Eclipse shirt that he wore in Tatanoff and in many of his videos. If you look him up online, you see him wearing that shirt a lot. So okay. So don't do more than one down the center because we're doing something different at this one. So you're gonna take the white bands here, and you're going to go down 2 pegs like that. Now what I've considered doing is maybe just twisting it, but it's not a good idea because this is the eclipse part of the shirt, so we're just going down 2 pegs like that with those 2 bands. And now more the double black. There we go. So now we should have his shirt finished. This is what it looks like so far on the top. And you'll be pleased to know that Dan Howell himself actually has a charm exactly like this because I gave it to him when I met him at Tatanoff. Now, Phil doesn't have one because when I was working on the Phil charm, it broke. This was right before the next day that I was going to meet them, so I had no time to make a new Phil charm. I didn't have any other bands to make a new Phil charm, so I had gotten Phil a magnet anyway, so it was okay. But I'm really sad that they don't have the match for it, so hopefully, if I see them, or in the off chance, Dan and Phil, if you're watching this, I doubt you are, doubt you will ever, but I will eventually get one of these to you, Phil, I promise, because I feel really bad that I gave Dan one of these and Phil doesn't have one of him. So, but live and learn, live and learn. Rubber bands are very problematic when you're in a time crunch and they break easily. Granted, those rubber bands that I was using were not Rainbow Loom brand. These are Rainbow Loom brand, and I believe the ones that are in my bag are Rainbow Loom brand because these are from Michaels, so these are the really good bands. So we're gonna do the blue for the pants and working our way down the pegs. Once again, these are 4 pegs long, each leg. Oh, broken blue one, I gotta get another blue one out of my case. Perfect. And for the shoes are going to be black, obviously. So take a black band, double it, put it on the end there. Take another black band, double it, and put it there. Alright, so next we're going to do arms. And I know we did eyes first last time, but we'll just do arms. So do that infinity sign that I taught you last time, like you do in a fishtail. Double bands of the skin tone. 2 more bands. Pull the bottom ones up and over. 2 more bands. Bottom ones up and over. Take 2 black bands. More black bands. 2 more black bands. And get that arm onto the loom. And pause the video so you can make another arm. I'm going to go ahead and make mine off camera, and then I'll be back for us to do the eyes. Okay, so for the eyes, like we did with Phil's blue, you're taking a brown, wrap it around your hook 4 times, take another brown, wrap it around your hook 4 times, oh. Get that little piece, there we go. Now take a skin tone band, last one being very stubborn. Now place it on the loom. Perfect. So now we have Dan's eyes done, and now we're going to put the triangles on for it to be tied off. So you're gonna need triangles here. Didn't count out the right amount of bands at the beginning because I'm lazy. So I actually think that it's up to you whether you want to use black bands to tie this part off or if you want to have 2 white there. I think this time around I'm going to use the white. I feel like it'll work better if you have the white instead of the black, because then that'll completely mess up the whole eclipse part. These end pieces right here will be covered up with black anyway once we get going. So now it is time to tie this thing off. So we're going to start at the bottom with the pants. Other side. now we're going to go into the center part, pull it over the triangle piece, go in. Okay, this is the complicated part. You're gonna want to pull it over and stretch it onto this peg here. And if you want, you can like wrap that part around that peg just to keep it steady. Make sure that you're forming those teardrop shapes because that'll let you know that you've grabbed the right bands. Remember to release tension when you need to. Be very careful with this one. Oh, only grabbed one that time. Need to go in and get the other one. I believe everything is perfect. And so now we're going to get that final band to tie it off with. Same thing that I did with the fill one. And slowly and gently pull it up off of your loom. Stretch out the legs. The shoes are a little wonky right now. Make sure the eyes are in the right spot. Make sure you pull one end of the band through the other end and pull it tight. And here's your Dan charm. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on how to make a Dan and a Phil charm. Please comment below what other charms you want me to make, whether it's more YouTubers or other social media symbols or anything that you want me to make, specifically in the social media YouTuber series that I'm planning on doing. If you like this and want me to continue it, please let me know. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.